Hey, what's up, guys? It's MugenLord here, and apparently Capcom is seeking or considering hiring non-Japanese directors to their board. Now, a lot of you guys within the culture world, when you hear something like this, you're already saying to yourself, well, how more low can Capcom actually stoop when it comes to this, especially when it comes to Western influence over Eastern studios. So we definitely want to dive into this, because how will this impact Capcom as a company, especially the current state of Capcom as a business, and how it started to cater and lean more to the West. And now that they're considering to add more, or I guess you would say for the first time, add in non-Japanese directors onto their board, how will the future of Capcom look into the future as far as their next generations of games moving forward? So before we even dive into this video, make sure to subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we want to dive right into it. So apparently it says that Street Fighter developer Capcom announces that they will now consider hiring non-Japanese directors to their board. And rather decisive shift for the company modus operandi. Street Fighter and Mega Man series developer Capcom has confirmed that they are now actively considering non-Japanese individuals for positions on their board of directors. Oh boy. This development in Capcom's hiring process was first detailed by the company during a question and answer portion of their 45th annual shareholdings meeting, the English transcript of which was uploaded to their official website on July 22nd. Asked by an attendee, "You submitted a female candidate for external director. However, all your internal directors are male. Here we go, guys. Please tell me that you are doing to what are you doing to increase the ratio of female managers internally?" And here we go. The Monster Hunter studio affirmed, regarding diversity of our board of directors, we selected director candidates who are able to oversee management of the company and offer appropriate advice while considering the skills and characteristics required in accordance with our management strategy and the balance of each individual's career history, insight, and experience. Yes, that's what it should be about. It should be about career history, insight, and about experience. Yes, people who are capable of doing their fucking job. It's not about how we can get more female into this field. We also got to take into the fact is that how many females are in this field who are actually qualified. I mean, actually so damn good, you know? And that's the thing. I want companies to hire people based on merit, based on if they can perform the job. And the fact is, when you start proactively looking for a specific race and specific gender, you have already lost the war. You have already lost the battle when it comes to this. Nothing good ever comes out of this when you're looking for a checkbox. How can we start, diversifying our workforce? And the thing is, these companies start worrying about how the company looks, internally, as far as how the ratio to male to female is, rather than the quality and experience of these workers. And nothing good can ever come out of this. And it seems like they don't ever fucking learn about any of this. Make some good fucking games. I don't care if it's a man behind the screen making the game or a female behind the screen, handling the marketing, the games, and the development. I don't care. Are they competent for the job? Because these companies are only going to start looking for gender rather than experience, especially if it's not a vast pool of females who are actually capable. Especially if the pool is very small of females in this industry, that's already small to select from, and then you got to find the competent ones within that is a small fucking pool. So if you're trying to fill it up with females, then you want to pick every female or any female that's in that batch that's given to you, whether they're qualified or not. And this is what we're going through. And it's like Capcom, oh my god. So anyway, continuing, Capcom then revealed, also note that while our internal directors are currently all male, in addition to women, go forward, we will also consider non-Japanese directors. So that also means that in order for them to even fill that quota for women, they would have to go outside of Japanese, outside their Japanese, pool of potential, hirees, especially when it comes to females. So in order for them to expand on that, they would have to look for some Japanese directors or directors for the board. So turning back to the original question, the company added, regarding female managers, currently 21.2% of employees are female and 13.6% of core talent is female. We are aiming to bring that percentage of female managers to 15%. Looking ahead, they concluded, we believe we will be able to see more female directors by broadening our scope and increasing the ratio of female managers. Yes, so that's the only way they're able to do it. The only way. So what does that say? If they can't pull out female directors within the pool of Japanese female directors or within that field within the Japanese sector, what does that say? That now they have to go outside. In order to expand on that, they have to go outside of the Japanese sector and go to and look for non-Japanese females in order to fill in that spot. So what does that say about that pool of, capable, female directors? What does that say about that pool? That means that must be a very small pool that they have to actually go outside, because they don't have to really go outside to look for the males, but they have to go outside to look for the females, which means that's not a very big pool. So then they have to expand their pool by going for non-Japanese, especially when trying to increase, the ratio of females. So, looking ahead, they conclude, we believe we have to be able to see more female directors by broadening our scope. So, while Capcom's statement does not specify that they currently have any plans to do so, one particular worry raised by their above declaration is the prospect that any amount of those non-Japanese individuals considered may be those same ones responsible for currently deteriorating Western video game industry. Yes, that's what people are concerned about. People are concerned about this. This is another way for the West to infiltrate a lot of these Eastern studios, because now they're pressuring, these Japanese studios. We need more females. We need more females for this. We need more females for that. And obviously, they don't really have a big pool of female directors for these positions and everything within their sector. So now the only way to be able to do this is to go outside of that sector and look for non-Japanese, and that's how you be able to infiltrate these studios. Now you start putting non-Japanese in here, and then that's where the whole culture, the whole dynamic of this Japanese studio was going to start becoming and start going through a metamorphosis and start transforming and start looking more like a Western studio. Bad enough, people are already complaining that that Capcom is starting to lose its Japanese essence and starting to focus more and more on the West. Start throwing non-Japanese people in there, and guess what? Capcom is going to become a Western studio. It'll be a fully Westernized studio. So, from games so optimized that they eat up 90% of the player's hard drive, to the proud promotion of predatory microtransactions, to the absolute disregard for the legacy of the property shown for, the West corporate greed has been a driving force in the industry decline. And that's not to say that the Japanese industry is without problems. And I definitely agree with that. We also have to stop worshiping Japan, and we have to also stop worshiping the East as well, because they're definitely not perfect, and they also play a hand in this as well. So we cannot also forget that. And they provide an example. For example, players regularly offer up complaints regarding local developers' over-reliance on gacha mechanics, and most are unhappy with the hands-off process in which they approach the worldwide localization of their titles. But to imagine those in the West who outright hate the video game medium's core audience of players seek to use every single title as a platform for their performative activism and view gameplay as something to be tacked on at the end of development, gaining a spot of genuine influence within Capcom, one shudders to think at just how low they could drag down the entire company's output. Yes, and that's what everybody's concerned about right about now if they decide to go this route. And this is a perfect way. This is how you infiltrate Eastern studios, by doing shit like this, saying, hey, we need more women, and as it appears, you guys don't have enough women. And Japan and Japanese sector of Capcom is saying that, well, from what we have here, in order for us to even increase this, we definitely want to dig outside of the Japanese pool sector and go to non-Japanese in order for us to be able to increase that pool of female potential, directors for these boards and for these sectors of their company. And this doesn't sound good at all. People are already upset with Capcom and how Capcom is not the Capcom that we have grown up to love, and everything like that as well, and many other decisions that they have been making over the course of this generation. So we want to wait and see how this play out. They still haven't really confirmed just quite yet of how they're going to approach this, but the idea of the fact is that they want, or they're considering, to going outside of Japan and start going for non-Japanese to fill in these quotas, especially for females. Doesn't sound good at all. It really doesn't. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you think Capcom is just shooting themselves in the foot? And will we see the effects of this in the near future? So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.